So hi, Subhajeet. Thanks so much for your time today. Could you perhaps start off by telling us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so I am Shubhajit. So I have been in data analytics domain for last 10 plus years. So I started my career as a developer. So I worked in cloud technology, I worked in MPP. And past 3 years, I am more interested in going to data science journey. So I did some data science courses, I tried my hands on. And right now I'm working as a business analyst and I have done a lot of data analytics project typically on reporting and analytics, but not entirely into data science. I think that is where
Okay.
I want to be.
Oh, that's pretty interesting then, because you actually you've been working with data for quite a while. So how did you get started with UpLevel, and how did your interest in this field first start?
So actually, I did some online courses. Like a couple of years back, I did in Coursera, data science course from John Hopkins. Then I also did data chem. But then the problem with those courses was I wanted to do a hands-on end-to-end project. And then I was searching online. Then I came to know that in Singapore, UpLevel is there who help you do end-to-end project. I just wanted some guidance because that's how I come to UpLevel and I spoke with Jackie. So how
Okay.
I can just leverage those knowledge.
Yeah, that's really cool. Could you tell us a little bit more about the project that you were working on with UpLevel?
So actually I did because previously mostly the data science things that I did was on Excel. So basically I use pandas, use the Excel, but I've never worked on API, like calling a public API and downloading it and doing those feature engineering. I think that way UpLevel project was good because I actually used the data.gov website. It went over the taxi counts and then analyze the COVID impact on the taxi counts. And then it was a good way to list form my knowledge on the data science things that I have worked on before.
Okay. So I guess that's a very current topic, right? Given the current COVID situation. What were some of the key findings from the work that you did?
The key findings that we found out was I think the range of taxi counts remains sort of normal. Like there was not a very huge difference in taxi count pre-COVID and post-COVID times. So actually, I used like 2 years of data, but I did not see a very huge trend shift during the COVID times. But yeah, so my model that we used was generally able to predict what will be the average taxi count and it was able to generalize the previous years to the upcoming trends.
Okay. Were there any challenges that you faced during that process, or any key takeaways or learnings that you gained from it?
So I think the challenges that I faced was using the API because I have not used calling a public API. Even as a project, I am working on a lot of API domains, but I've normally not used it to download data and then just to format it. And then during download, what happens is the public APIs you cannot download for a range like 1 year range, so it gets time out. So I think the learning was just to have a look, just loop it for a month, and then you loop it again and try it again. I think that was one of the cases. And then the most like takeaway that I can found out is mostly on little bit of feature engineering and having a full end-to-end exposure to do a end-to-end project. So then I can just start now on my own.
Okay, oh, that's really cool. Um, so I think in your introduction, you mentioned that you have been working in the data field, like data analyst kind of
Yeah,
role
yeah, yeah,
before, and now you're
yeah,
branching out to a bit more and focusing more on data science. Can you
yeah,
tell us
yeah.
a little bit more about that transition? Has there been anything about data science that that you may not have expected previously when you were before
Yeah,
that
so
transition?
So actually, what happens was data is the one I'm working for last 10 years, and then data science interests me because you can do a lot of more stuff not by normally just doing the data analytics, right? Data analytics most about a recent trend, but what about the coming up trend? I think that is what interests me. And then post the up level, I've actually done some courses on deep learning and AI from Coursera. I think that is like a very good field to go which is your CNN and RNN, and I think that is what interests me more. I think that
Okay.
is that area of convolutional neural network and recurrent neural network. So how you do NLP and how you do categorize the images, I think that is what is very interesting.
Okay. So is that
Yeah.
the area that you're going to be focusing on going forward?
So right now after I did with Jackie, so I have done a couple of courses from Coursera already, like deep learning specializations I have completed. Then I have also done machine learning from Andrew Ng. So currently I am reading a book on data science, and I will be doing some courses and projects on my own.
Right.
And yeah, so now my plan is just to continue the journey on data science,
Mhm.
and I have also done AWS certifications, so I'm planning to go for Google and AWS certifications on ML portions.
Right. Okay. Do you have any advice or any information that you would like to share to someone who might be interested in this field and just starting out?
Yeah, I think when I started, there was no guidance because when I started 3 years back, and then there was no guidance. Then I searched on my own, and I started actually with R, but I lose interest because R was not very intuitive, and that's why I lost like 1.5 of 2 years of time where I did not really do much about it. But yeah, from last year, Python came in, then I was more interested in Python, pandas, and all. And advice is, I think right now, if I look at it, the information in the net is much better. So 3 years when I started, I did not find much information on the internet. It was all over the place. But right now, I think there are a lot of good blogs. Like there's Medium blog, there is you can see the data science blog. So where people have really put together the courses which are really helpful. And I think most of them I found out on my own. But if I have that knowledge 3 years back, I think I would have been much more better equipped. But yeah, it's learning on the way.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I think that's actually all the questions I have on my side. Is there